Hello everyone, my name is Lewis. Today I want to tell you about my two beloved pets, a dog named Buddy and a cat named Mimi. Before they came into my life, my house was quiet. I would come home from work, cook dinner, watch TV, and go to bed. It was the same thing every day. But then Buddy and Mimi arrived, and everything changed. My house is not quiet anymore. My sofa is not new anymore. And I definitely don't sleep 8 hours a night anymore. But you know what? I wouldn't change a thing. My life is so much more fun and interesting now because of my furry friends. Let me tell you about them. Meet Buddy and Mimi. I live alone, or at least that's what I tell people. The truth is, I have a dog and a cat. The dog's name is Buddy. He's a golden retriever with light brown fur and a big face. And the cat's name is Mimi. She's a small gray cat with big green eyes. They are very different from each other, and that's what makes life with them so interesting. I got Buddy first. My friend had too many puppies, and he said, "Hey, do you want one?" I wasn't sure at first. I was living alone, working a lot, and I didn't know if I had time for a dog. But I went to see the puppies, and Buddy came straight to me. He climbed on my lap and started licking my hand. He didn't even look at anyone else. Just me. And I thought, okay, I think this dog just chose me. So I took him home. That was 3 years ago. Mimi came later. One evening, I was walking home from work. It was raining a little. I heard a small sound near a trash can. At first, I thought it was nothing. But then I heard it again. I stopped and looked behind the trash can. There was a very small gray kitten. She was wet and shaking. She looked up at me with these big green eyes, and she looked scared. I didn't plan to get a cat, but I couldn't just leave her there. So I took off my jacket, wrapped her in it, and brought her home. She was so small she fit in one hand. At home, I put her on the sofa and gave her some warm milk. She drank a little. Then she looked around the room, looked at me for a few seconds, and went to sleep on my jacket. She didn't come to me. She didn't lick me. She just slept. And I remember thinking, okay, this one is not going to be like Buddy. Morning routines. Every morning, Buddy wakes up before me. I don't need an alarm clock because I have Buddy. He comes to my bed and puts his face very close to my face. Then he starts licking me, my cheek, my nose, my forehead. And his tongue is wet and warm, and it's not the nicest feeling, to be honest. But I open my eyes and I see his face, and he looks so happy. His tail is wagging so fast. And I think, okay, how can I be angry at this face? I can't. So I get up. He runs to the kitchen before me. By the time I get there, he's already sitting next to his food bowl, looking up at me, waiting. His whole body's moving because his tail is wagging so hard. I put the food down, and he eats it in about 30 seconds. I'm not joking. I don't even think he chews. I always wonder, Does he even taste it? Probably not. Mimi is the opposite. She sleeps until noon. Sometimes I check on her just to make sure she's okay. She is. She's just sleeping. When she wakes up, she stretches very slowly. She takes her time, then she walks to her food bowl. She doesn't run. She never runs for food. She gets there, she smells it, she takes one small bite, and then she walks away. Just like that. Sometimes she comes back to eat more, sometimes she doesn't. Honestly, I never know if she likes the food or not. I've tried different brands, different flavors. It doesn't matter. She always has the same reaction. Buddy is like a happy kid who can't wait for breakfast. Mimi is like someone who wakes up slowly and needs time before she's ready to do anything. Walking and playing. If you have a dog, you know this. You have to walk your dog every day, maybe even twice a day. And Buddy loves walks. The moment I pick up his leash, he gets so excited. He runs to the door and sits there, looking at me, waiting. His tail doesn't stop moving. I put the leash on him, and we go. When we're outside, he wants to smell everything. Every tree, every rock, every corner of the street. Sometimes he pauses at one spot for a long time. I just stand there waiting, thinking, okay, buddy, it's just a tree. But for him, every tree is interesting. He also likes to chase birds. He never catches them, but he tries every time. And he loves puddles. If he sees a puddle, he runs straight into it. He comes home wet and dirty, but he's so happy. I look at him and I think, I wish I could enjoy small things like that. One nice thing about walking Buddy is that I get to meet people. Other dog owners, neighbors, kids in the park. They always want to pet Buddy, and Buddy loves the attention. Before I had Buddy, I didn't talk to my neighbors much. Now I know most of them. Sometimes we stop and hang out with other dog owners for a while. We talk, the dogs play together, and it feels nice. So, walking Buddy is good for both of us. Mimi does not need walks. She stays home and plays by herself. Her favorite thing is chasing the little spots of sunlight on the floor. She can do that for a long time. She also likes to jump into cardboard boxes. Any box. Big box, small box. It doesn't matter. If I leave a box on the floor, Mimi will be inside it within 5 minutes. I once bought her a toy from the pet store. She didn't even look at it, but she played with the box it came in for 3 days. Sometimes Buddy tries to play with Mimi. He walks up to her, wags his tail, and puts his face close to hers. Mimi just looks at him for a second. Then she taps him on the nose with her paw and walks away. Buddy stands there looking confused. A few minutes later, he tries again. Same thing. He never gives up. And Mimi never says yes. The not-so-cute parts. Now, let's talk about the not-so-cute parts, because having pets is not always fun. There are things that nobody tells you before you get a pet. Let me start with Mimi. First, the fur. Mimi's fur gets everywhere. I find it on my clothes, on my bed, on the sofa, on the kitchen table. One time I was drinking coffee in the morning and I saw a cat hair floating in my cup. And I thought, okay, this is my life now. I use a lint roller almost every day before I go to work. If I don't, I go to the office with cat fur all over my shirt. It's just something you have to accept when you have a cat. Second, she loves to jump on the kitchen counter. I could be cooking, and she just jumps up and walks across the counter like it's a sidewalk. I put her down, and she jumps back up. Every time. She also likes to sit on the dining table when I'm eating. She doesn't want my food, she just wants to sit there and watch me eat. It's a little strange, but that's Mimi. Third, the litter box. If you have a cat, you know about the litter box. You have to clean it often. If you forget or if you're too busy, Mimi will go right next to the litter box, not inside it. That's her way of telling me that it's not clean enough. And the smell. I mean, it's not great. I clean it every day, but sometimes the smell is still there. And then there's the scratching. She has scratched my sofa quite a bit. She also scratches the side of my bed and sometimes the curtains. I bought her a scratching post, but she only uses it sometimes. I think she just prefers my furniture. Oh, and hairballs. Sometimes Mimi makes this strange sound, and I know what's coming. She throws up a hairball on the floor, sometimes on the carpet. Once, she did it on my bed. That was not a good morning. Now, Buddy doesn't scratch furniture or jump on tables, but he has his own problems. The biggest one is that he eats things he shouldn't eat. Shoes, socks, plastic bags, paper, toys. One time, he ate a piece of plastic, and I had to take him to the vet. The vet did surgery to remove it from his stomach. It was really scary. Buddy was okay after that, but I don't think he learned anything. A few days later, I caught him chewing on a rubber ball. He's not. How do I say this? He's not the smartest dog. Also, Buddy can't use a litter box like Mimi. He needs to go outside to pee and poop. That means I have to take him out even when it's raining, even when it's cold, even when I'm tired. He doesn't care about the weather. He needs to go, so we go. And sometimes he barks at night when he hears something outside. It could be a cat, a motorcycle, or nothing at all. He just barks. And I wake up. So yeah, having pets is wonderful, but it's also a lot of work. They don't pay rent, they make a mess, and they wake you up. But I still love them. Bath time. Let me tell you about bath time. This is always interesting. Buddy likes water, so you'd think bath time would be easy. And it's not too bad, actually. He doesn't fight me. He just stands there and lets me wash him. But the problem is, He shakes his body while I'm washing him. And when a big, wet dog shakes, water goes everywhere. On the walls, on the floor, on me. By the time Buddy's clean, I'm pretty wet too. But he looks happy, and he smells nice, so it's worth it. Mimi is a different story. She really does not like water. The moment she sees me filling up the sink, she knows. She tries to run away. I have to hold her gently, and she meows very loudly the whole time. She tries to climb out. She kicks. It's not easy. I try to be quick, but she's not happy about it. After the bath, she usually goes and hides somewhere for a while. She doesn't look at me for the rest of the evening. I think she feels upset about it. Brushing their fur is also very different. Buddy lies down and enjoys it. He closes his eyes. He looks so relaxed. I think he could fall asleep. Mimi doesn't like being brushed. She moves around a lot, and sometimes she bites the brush. I have to be very gentle and very patient with her. Sleeping habits. At night, Buddy sleeps on the floor next to my bed. He snores. Not too loud, but loud enough. And sometimes he moves his legs in his sleep, like he's running. I think he's dreaming about chasing birds or running in the park. He looks really cute when he does that. But he sleeps well. Once he's asleep, he doesn't wake up until morning. Mimi is different. She sleeps everywhere except in the cat bed I bought her. I spent $50 on a nice, soft cat bed. She has never slept in it, not once. She sleeps on the sofa, on top of the bookshelf, on my laptop, inside a shoebox. Anywhere she wants. Just not in the cat bed. I look at that empty cat bed sometimes and think, well, that was a waste of money. I also bought Mimi a cat tree. It's a tall one with different levels and a small bed on top. At first, I wasn't sure if she would use it because she didn't use the cat bed. But she actually likes the cat tree. She likes to climb up to the top level and lie there. Sometimes I look up and see her lying on the cat tree, looking out the window, very calm and relaxed. And I just watch her for a while. There's something warm about that moment. She looks so peaceful up there, and it makes me feel peaceful too. Also, Mimi is very active at night. Around 2 or 3 in the morning, she wakes up and starts moving around the house. I can hear her little feet on the floor. She knocks things off the table sometimes. A pen, a cup, my phone. I don't think she does it on purpose. Or maybe she does. I'm not sure. I wake up, look at her, and she just sits there looking at me like nothing happened. How they show love. This is my favorite part to talk about. Because even though Buddy and Mimi are so different, they both love me. They just show it in their own way. Buddy's love is easy to see. He wags his tail whenever he sees me. He brings me things, my shoes, his toy, a sock, whatever he can find. He puts his head on my lap when I'm watching TV. If I'm sitting on the sofa, he lies down right next to my feet. He follows me from room to room. kitchen, bathroom, bedroom. He always wants to be near me. Dogs are like that, right? They are very loyal. They will stick by you no matter what. When you're happy, they're happy. When you're sad, they sit with you. They don't leave. Mimi is more complicated. Most of the time, she does her own thing. She sits by the window, she sleeps, she plays with something on the floor. She doesn't follow me around. But sometimes, usually in the evening, she comes and sits next to me on the sofa. She doesn't ask for anything. She just sits there. And sometimes she touches my hand with her nose, very softly. Or she makes that little purring sound. And those moments feel special, because I know Mimi doesn't do that for just anyone. She chooses when to be close to me, and that makes it mean something. Here's a funny thing, though. In the winter, Mimi becomes very affectionate. She cuddles with me a lot. She sits on my lap. She sleeps next to me at night. Very sweet, right? But in the summer, she doesn't come near me. Not at all. So I sometimes wonder, Mimi, do you actually love me? Or are you just cold? I think it's probably a little bit of both. But that's okay. I'll take it. Life with pets. Having pets is not always easy. You have to feed them, bathe them, brush them, clean up after them. When they're sick, you have to take them to the vet, and that costs money. They wake you up early, they make a mess, and they don't always listen to you. But taking care of them has taught me a lot. It's taught me patience and responsibility. No matter how tired I am, no matter how long my day was, I still have to take care of them. I can't skip a day. And over time, you build a real emotional bond with them. They're not just animals in your house. They become part of your life. Some people say that having a pet is a good stepping stone for having a child one day. I mean, it's not the same thing, of course. A child is much harder. But it's a good start. It teaches you to take care of something other than yourself, even when you don't feel like it. Buddy has taught me that happiness can be very simple. A walk in the park, a belly rub, a treat after dinner. That's all he needs. And when I see him happy, I feel happy too. It's hard to explain, but his happiness is kind of contagious. Mimi has taught me that love doesn't always have to be obvious. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it's a small cat sitting next to you on a cold evening, purring softly. They are very different. One is loud, the other is quiet. One loves everyone, the other is picky. One eats everything, the other eats almost nothing. But they agree on one thing. Dinner time is the best time of the day. And honestly, I agree with them.